Hey guys, welcome to Protocoders Point. In this Android tutorial, we gonna fetch data from database server and convert all the data into CSV format. Okay, this is my Android app that I have created. I'm fetching the data. Now the data is being fetched and stored into a CSV format. Okay, okay, I have sent the data through Gmail. Okay, so I have received the data. As you can see, there are five data of student. This is the data which is being fetched from database server. Okay, so now let's go to my database. Okay, this is my PHP my admin dashboard. Here I have a table named my database, and it has student table with some dummy datas. Okay, so to fetch this data we need a PHP code. PHP code is being hosted in Google Cloud system. Okay, this is how I connect my Google Cloud. Uh, these are these are the PHP code to connect to database and to fetch data. Okay, first I will show you the connection. Okay, this is the PHP code to get connected to a database. Okay, so localhost password and my database name. Okay, and this is the date. Okay, now let's okay, so this is the PHP code to fetch data from database. Okay, so here I have included PHP connection page. Okay, this is a query. Here I am selecting star from student table. Okay, if any connection error or anything is found, then we can track by using this. Okay, this is a variable where we will store all the data in a form of a list. Okay, so I have used while statement to fetch all the data from database. Okay, then then we are storing it into a list. First thing is we are fetching ID, first name, last name, and phone number. Each data is been separated by hash symbol. Okay, and new user data is been new user means the next person data is been separated by at the rate symbol, and then just we are returning the variable. So let's go to Android Studio. Mm, okay, so everything is ready over here. I will just give you an overview of the app, means what I have added, what I have done, everything. Okay, so first of all, we'll do one thing is we need to create a XML folder. To do that, new and directory, and give the name as XML. Okay, okay. In this XML, you need to create two XML file, one for network configuration and another for path provider. So to do that, right click new and XML resources. In XML in network configuration, network configuration, I have give network configuration means which network we are going to use. This is my IP address from where we are going to fetch data. Because in Android 7 onwards, network configuration must be made to make any network calls, exchanging of any data. Okay, mm, and we also need a file path provider because we are going to save the data in external storage device, means in your mobile database. Okay, So this is the external path that we are going to use. Okay, after adding all this to network configuration and uh, file provider code, okay, don't worry, uh, this article blog post is available in our website protocoderspoint.com. This is our protocoderspoint.com website. So here is an article for that, how to fetch data from database and store it into CSV file format, Android. Okay, here everything is available, code and everything is there, including how to create database and everything, PHP code. Okay, everything is there, so no need to worry. Okay, so where we were okay, so we have created this two files, network configuration and file provider. Okay, after that we need to add this in manifest file. Open manifest and add network configuration and provider path. Okay, so here it is here, resources that we gonna use. Okay, okay, and we also need to add three permissions, that is internet permission, write permission and read permission. Internet permission for that we are fetching data from our PHP code through internet. Write permission because we are going to store the data in our storage device. Okay, okay, then the other thing we need to, okay, sorry, so after that we need this library to fetch data from database. Okay, just add this and hit the synchronize button. Synchronize now. Okay, mm, after that we'll go to manifest file, manifest.java code. Here I have created a view for button a dialog bar to indicate data is been fetching from database, and we also need to set a permission to store data in our storage device. So this one permission. Okay, and this is the URL string of our PHP code to fetch all the data. As you can see, this is PHP code, and this returns our data in this format. Okay, so as you can see, I have separated by using hashtag. Okay, so that we can separate the each data in Java code. And this is first user data, this is second person data, this is third person data, and so on. Okay, you will check out this code, how to separate that in Java code. Okay, and we are using string builder to store all the data in string builder data. Here I have created a view so that we can make use of button progress bar to show data is been fetching from database. Okay, and this is the button which is on, which whenever user press the button, these are the tasks that is going to be happening in background. Okay, first of all we are going to check for the permission, means we need to check for the right permission. Okay, so this is the permission. Mobile device will prompt alert box to uh, give access to right method or no. You can see this. Okay, then if permission is granted, write permission is granted, then we are going to call this function, that is fetch data from database, and we are passing the URL. Okay, in this function we are going to make use of string request that comes with this library. Okay, and here we are making use of post method to fetch the data, and we are passing the URL that we have declared on the top, this. And then when the data is being fetched from database, we will get the data in the form of response over here. Okay, so here I have just give if there is no data in database, we will show just a no data found, and we will dismiss the message progress bar. Okay, okay, then if data is found, then we are making use of another method, where we are going to split the data. Here we are passing the response that is been got from server. Okay, so this is the split method. Here what we are going to do is, first of all we will split the individual user data by using hash symbol. Okay, so what this will do is fetch this one, and it will split from at the rate symbol. This is second user data, it will split. Third user data, it will split. Fourth user data, it will split. And the fifth data. Okay, okay, after splitting, what I have done here is, first I have made use of string builder to append the data by using this string builder is been used to send this data in CSV format. Okay, so here I have ID, first name, last name, and phone number. Okay, and by using for statement, I am looping into this string array string. Okay, so after that we are fetching each individual user data by splitting it by hashtag. Okay, as you can see, each user's data is being splitted into using hashtag. Okay, ID will be at position 0, first name will be at position 2, and so on. Phone, and then we are appending with into a string builder uh, by using append. Here we are going to pass ID, first name, last name, and phone number. Okay, and as all the data is been fetched, when all the data is from the data is been splitted, we are going to create a CSV. So here is a method for that, where we are passing string builder as a data. Okay, here what we are going to do is, first thing is we need to create a time. We need a timestamp, so we have declared a calendar to get the time, a current time when the file is been created. So we are creating output stream by name CSV data, and so that the CSV file name should be unique each time. I have passed the time, which is in .csv format. Okay, okay. In this file, we are going to write this by using write dot out dot write, and by passing data dot toString. This will write all the data that has been fetched from database into CSV format. Okay, and this is where we are storing the data CSV file into our local storage device. So I'm creating a folder by name sample CSV, and here if sample CSV is not exist, then it will automatically be created, and in that we are going to store the file. Okay. Okay, after the file is been created successfully, we are making use of intent to send the data through Gmail or other like Google Drive or something. So this is the method I have used. This is start activity. Start activity, it will open share option, where you can choose which share option you want to choose, and that's all. Okay. Okay, fetch the data. If data has been fetched, and we can store in Google Drive or any of your share option that you have been using. So I have only two this option. Bluetooth will take time because I need another device to be connected. You can here just hit the send button. Okay, so I will receive the data. As you can see, this is the data I have received from database server. Okay, so that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. All don't worry, all the code, all the PHP code and Android code is in our website, so you can refer it. Thanks for watching this video.